Good morning, dear students, and welcome back. We have already covered the major portion of this chapter, that is the story of village Palampur. Only a small part of it is remaining. So, till now, we have covered features of Palampur, factors of production, land is fixed, and what are the ways to increase production in that fixed amount of land, and will the land sustain the various practices that are going on currently, and who will provide the labor. The capital needed in farming has to be arranged, and what is done with the surplus output of the land. So all that we have discussed till now. So let us continue. The topic for today, which is the last topic of the chapter, is non-farm activities in Palampur. The first non-farm activity in Palampur is dairy. Dairy is a common activity in many families of Palampur. People feed various kinds of grass, jawar, bajra, etc. to their buffaloes. The milk is then sold in Raiganj. There is a collection cum chilling center in Raiganj from where the milk is transported to far away towns and cities. So, like any other village in India, even in Palampur, dairy is a very common activity. People feed various kinds of grasses to buffaloes and cows, and they get that milk which they sell it in Raiganj. As you already know, Raiganj is a big village which is 3 kilometers away from Palampur. So, over there, the milk is sold. The second non-farm activity that is carried out in Palampur is small-scale manufacturing. It refers to the production of goods mostly by hand or with the help of small machines and tools. Presently, less than 50 people are engaged in small-scale manufacturing in Palampur. So, small-scale manufacturing mainly refers to manufacturing of good with a very minimum amount of machinery, very less amount of money is put in that business, and even the citizens of Palampur, they are engaged in this small scale manufacturing. And we have got one example over here. Mishri Lal has purchased a mechanical sugarcane crushing machine run on electricity and has set it up on his field. Sugarcane crushing was earlier done with the help of bullocks, but people prefer to do it by machines these days. Mishri Lal also buys sugarcane from other farmers and processes it into jaggery. The jaggery is then sold to traders at Shahpur. In the process, Mishri Lal makes a small profit. So Mishri Lal is an individual who is residing in Palampur, and he has got a small business that he runs in his field. He has kept machinery to extract sugarcane juice, and with that sugarcane juice he makes jaggery and then sells it to the town of Shahpur. And in this entire process he earns a small amount of profit as well. So there are few questions that have been asked. The first question is, what capital did Mishri Lal need to set up his jaggery manufacturing unit? So capital, as you already know, it can be fixed as well as working capital. So over here, Mishri Lal needed first of all a machinery. Secondly, he needed sugarcane, and third, he also needed electricity. So all these are the capital, and along with it, he also needed land. So he was using his field where he had set up that machinery. So all these are the capital that Mishri Lal needed. The second question is, who provides the labor in this case? So Mishri Lal himself provides the labor in this particular example. Can you guess why Mishri Lal is unable to increase his profit? So this is a question that you need to think over. Why Mishri Lal is unable to increase his profit is because he has to pay for the electricity, and he even has to pay the various farmers who are providing him with sugarcane. So all that payment is to be done, and that is why his profit is a little lower. Can you think of any reason when he might face a loss? So, if the people in Shahpur, if they prefer not to purchase jaggery from Mishri Lal, then Mishri Lal might incur losses. Why does Mishri Lal sell his jaggery to traders in Shahpur and not in his village? The reason is very simple. The reason is that in Shahpur, people are in huge number, first of all, and secondly, they are the people who are living in cities. As a result, they will be able to pay more amount for jaggery as compared to the ones who are living in Palampur. The third non-farming activity is shopkeeping. The traders of Palampur are shopkeepers who buy various goods from wholesale market in cities and sell them in the village. There are small general stores in the village selling a wide range of items like rice, wheat, sugar, tea, oil, biscuits, etc. So the traders are the same people who have opened a shop, and they sell various kinds of product in Palampur. They have opened up a general store. As you might be able to recall, traders are those individuals who used to give loan amount to the small farmers, and they used to purchase the production from the farmers and sell it in the market, in the bigger market. So those traders are the ones who have opened the shop in Palampur. So over here there is an example. Kareem has opened a computer class center in the village. In recent years, a large number of students have been attending college in Shahpur town. Kareem found that a number of students from the village are also attending computer classes in the town. There were two women in the village who had a degree in computer application. He decided to employ them. He bought computers and set up the class in the front room of their house overlooking the market. High school students have started attending them in good number. So this is also a kind of business that is being carried out in Palampur. There is an individual named Kareem, and he is an educated person, and he thought that all those students who are going to Shahpur to attend computer classes, those people can be retained in Palampur itself, and for that he opened a computer class with the help of two women who had a degree in computers. So there are few questions. In what ways is Kareem's capital and labor different from Mishri Lal? So Mishri Lal's capital was land, machinery, electricity, sugarcane, but in Kareem's case, the capital was first of all his house. Secondly, computers that he will be using to educate the students. So they have completely different set of capital that is required in their business. Why didn't someone start a computer center earlier? Discuss the possible reason. So what can be the possible reason as to why a computer class has not been started earlier? Is that probably due to lack of education and lack of awareness. Many people were not educated earlier, and the educated ones might not have considered it as an opportunity. They might not have focused in that direction, and that is why there was no computer center till date. So the last non-farm activity in Palampur is transportation. There is a variety of vehicles on the road connecting Palampur to various places. Rickshawalas, tangawala, jeep, tractor, truck drivers, and people driving the traditional bullock carts and bogies are people in transport services. They ferry people and goods from one place to another and in return get paid for it. So, providing this transportation facility to people and for transporting goods from one place to another was a good opportunity, which many people have they have provided this service of transportation and they are earning good amount of profit. So there is this example. Kishora is a farm laborer. Like other such laborers, Kishora found it difficult to meet his family needs from the wage that he received. A few years back, Kishora took a loan from the bank. This was under a government program which was giving cheap loan to poor landless households. However, Kishora bought a buffalo with this money. He now sells the buffalo milk. Further, he has attached a wooden cart to his buffalo and uses it to transport various items. Once a week, he goes to the river Ganga to bring back clay for the potter, or sometimes he goes to Shahpur with a load of jaggery or other commodity. Every month he gets some work in transport. As a result, Kishora is able to earn more than what he used to do some years back. So Kishora was a landless laborer, but he got a loan from the government and he used that loan amount to purchase a buffalo, and then he even attached a wooden cart to it. He used to get milk, and along with that he used to transport various items from Palampur to Raiganj and Shahpur, and vice versa. So he used to do various kinds of work. He used to provide clay to the potters. He used to send commodities to Shahpur. So all these things he used to do, and in return he used to earn a good amount of money. So what is Kishora's fixed capital? So over here, Kishora's fixed capital is the buffalo and the cart. What do you think would be his working capital? His working capital would probably be some tools that he will be needing to keep the cart in proper condition. The working capital will also be the the food that he has been giving to the buffalo. So all that is the working capital. In how many production activities is Kishora involved? First of all, Kishora is he's involved in dairy activity. He is selling the milk. Apart from that, he is also involved in transportation work. Would you say that Kishora has benefited from better roads in Palampur? Yes, definitely he has benefited. And that is why he is able to transport the goods to various places. So the four non-farm activities of Palampur are dairy, small-scale manufacturing, shopkeeping, transportation. So these are the assignment question. Which non-farm activities are practiced in Palampur? You need to explain all the four non-farm activities. Explain any three efforts which can be made to increase non-farm production activities in the village. First of all, an awareness has to be created by the government as to how people can earn through non-farm production activities. Secondly, a collection center for milk can be set up in Palampur, because the dairy people, the milkmen, they have to travel to the nearest village or to the town. So a collection center can be made. In small scale manufacturing, the family members can also be included so that the production increases. So all these points can be written, and you can even add any other point that comes into your mind. So that is it for today. Thank you.